I'm getting into this game's mind space a lot more. I can think like the game and how it wants me to do things. First of all, the one thing I remember that I did before and never really did anything with was that I died. And nothing happened once I died. I think we had to go into that room and do something. So I think I'm going to do that again because I don't think I did it properly last time. Because I'm pretty sure last time I literally went in there, come back out, and then just literally ended up going to the interview like normal. So I'm going to wither away. Oh, I withered away. Carl successfully died. Shucks, he's now a ghost. Okay, so we're going to go out into the hallway and then move into the check lock door. Force the door with the forehead, float through as the ghost. Carl uses ghostly powers to walk straight through the door. Carl found himself in the room. He stashed the various items sent to him by fans. Sewing machine. Oh, yeah. I assume I didn't click. Oh. Did I check the sewing machine last time? Check the supernatural artifact. We'll do that one first. Oh, there's two. Oh. Oh, okay. So I'm guessing because this one's going to be grab, this will be used later. This will be used now. This is one of the many mysterious artifacts Carl has been sent over the years in Smash It. Hey! Carl began pounding the mysterious artifact with both fists. Within a few hours, it became dust. An ancient force trapped in the artifact is released and turned Carl into a lizard demon. Oh, Carl found himself in the room. He stashed various items. Oh, I'm a lizard demon now. Okay. What do I do now? I'm not too sure what I'm supposed to do now. I guess I'll go flip through the slide door. Slide, no, back to the hallway. Maybe go to the bedroom, put some clothes on, pick an outfit. I'm going to pick a slick suit for Mr. Lizard Boy. And then we'll go to the kitchen and then open the fridge. I guess we'll eat some brekkie. Yummy, yummy, yummy. I'm assuming that... Oh, fuck, I exited by accident, no! Oh, I'm a dumb idiot. Okay, back to where we were then. Rachel's smile turned to horror as she realised she was looking at a not human, but a lizard demon. Pandemonium ensued. Scripts went flying. Crew members ran in all directions. Lights were knocked over. As Kyle watched, the chaos around him, his lizard demon form enveloped his last shred of humanity. Kyle grew into a massive size. Within several minutes, he had demolished the now empty set. A local force of 5 spunky teenagers in brightly coloured apparel arrived at the scene to fight Kyle. As the teenagers swung at him with their spunky individualised weapons, Carl pushed them over with his foot. Carl rampage of his studio ruins continued, but in another part of the city, a hero was rising up. In a dusty apartment on the top floor of an old skyscraper in the oldest part of town, sat a large man named Frank. Few people in the world knew that Frank existed. Fewer knew his name. Frank was watching the local news. A story about the studio rampage was playing. Quickly, Frank got up from his chair. He opened a small door hidden behind a poster in his wall. Inside, an unbelievable mound of fat-ridden foods, unrefrigerated and fairly rotten. Frank began to consume the mound at a frightening rate. His body began to puff. Frank expanded, faster and faster with each minute. He burst through the roof. Within minutes, Frank was a towering behemoth. He rolled across the city, rebounding off the buildings and getting cheers from onlookers below. Approaching Kyle, Frank gave a long, painful heave upwards into the sky. To Kyle, the sky turned black. He looked upwards to see the monstrous figure hurtling towards him. And in a moment, Kyle was completely enveloped in rubbery fat, unable to move or make noise. Frank was quite tired and passed out where he lay. Several years went by as Frank slumbered. As Kyle was held in Frank's warm, fatty embrace, his humanity began to return. When the first winter came, Frank's body recycled his fat for resources. Over many months, he shrank in size. Eventually, Carl was human and Frank was thinned. They both walked away from the scene as new men. Neither realised how much time had passed. Can't remember being a lizard. Okay, so now, we're going to do the exact same way, except we're going to pick it up this time, because I imagine it's probably going to be doing something, but involving her. Rachel this time, which would be kind of good, because that means I'm not going to get stuck underneath a big fat pile of man. Carl hurried to the set. Per normal, he ceased to be a ghost before he arrived. That should be good. As Carl approached her, Rachel looked up and smiled. Throw the artifact at her! As she approached to shake his hand, Carl produced the supernatural artifact and winged it at Rachel's face. Within moments of the artifact colliding with her head, Rachel started to turn to a lizard demon. Rachel began to cause destruction, tipping over lights and causing crew members to scatter. Carl, realizing the disaster he had caused, decided it was up to him to tame the monster. Throw crew members at it, throw yourself at monster. I'm gonna throw crew members at it. Carl started to grab nearby crew members and hurl them at Rachel. The crew members rebounded off Rachel on all sides, causing little to no damage to her or themselves. In a lizard demon rage, Rachel rushed at Carl and drove him into the opposite wall, face first. She began to pound Carl's face into the wall repeatedly, littering it with head-sized holes. Carl, having been in this situation before, felt he knew exactly what to do. Balling his fists, Carl began to punch himself in the stomach repeatedly, causing loud gurgles and pops. Carl's strategy did not help, he continued to be mashed into the wall. After a period of time, the artifact lodged in Rachel's face came loose and fell to the floor. Rachel immediately turned into a normal human self. In the studio, now in shambles, flicked life. The broadcast had started automatically. Carl, unable to move properly, became aware that the eyes of many were upon him. Carl tried to address the audience, but instead spewed some mixture of breakfast, phlegm, and chunks of wall. Carl's spewing video became a very hot meme. Online personalities used it to express distaste about social issues. Teenagers sent it to each other about homework amounts. Rachel's broadcast was rescheduled for the following week. Fans complained about not being able to see Rachel's face as she wore protective headgear the entire time. Rachel prepared by being a lizard. Alright, okay. God, I'm really stuck now. So I've already helped Harry out, and there's only one option for him. I've already tripped her up. Okay, so I remember the one where we tripped up and called Gabby out, which I'm thinking, because she turns out to be the wasp, or whatever she is. I can't actually remember what animal she's supposed to be. I'm thinking that because of that, if we eat her, like we can eat her, and then do the whole thing if you're guilty in the interview, maybe she doesn't stop her, maybe someone else does. That's actually true. Maybe you can like, oh, we've bred a new superhero or something. That actually might work. I think it might work. Okay, how did I do it before? I've got to exit the bed, and then I've got to go, I think it was scavenge? Oh no, I don't actually have to gossip, do I? No, that's fine. We'll sit at the desk and we'll write out the interview notes. I'm pretty sure it's the, is your mother a mother? Have you eaten raw hair coal? Are you guilty? That's the one that we need. And then we're going to go back to the room, open the closet, and then I think we eat. I guess. I can't remember if eating makes it a little bit weird. Go back to the hallway. Yummy, yummy. Food in the kitchen. Swallow Gabby. Done. So we might as well dive right in. Yes, I believe that we shall. Let's just start out. Are you guilty? I believe that you probably are. But guilty of what, dear? Of your crimes. Oh. Okay, so I think if you go more than she changes it, we'll call the police. Carl pulled out his phone and dialed the police. Hello, police, said Carl. I believe I found a criminal. Oh, okay, so Rachel began to run from the exit. All right, well, so we'll trip her out. Carl stuck his leg. Rachel stumbled and crashed to the floor. But in a moment, she was on her feet. She drew a blunt weapon seemingly out of thin air and started to swing at Kyle. Carl, having nothing to defend himself with, was smacked repeatedly on the head. Carl lost consciousness several times, but somehow managed to remain upright. Rachel, thinking Carl had not been incapacitated, continued her assault. Eventually, standing upright or not, it became apparent that Carl had been adequately incapacitated. Rachel looked around slightly guiltily and shuffled out the door. In the following days, Rachel disappeared from the country. Crime rates plummeted. Carl was credited with cracking the case on the crime spree. Nevertheless, Rachel was never caught. Kyle, let Rachel go. Yes. There was another option of just letting her go straight away. So I might just do that anyway. I might see if that does something different, because it's like, I mean, it may well. Give it a go, eh? Fuck it. Okay, we'll try that instead. Her eyelids both started twitching uncontrollably. We'll call the police again once more. Oh, and I'm gonna let her go. Rachel disappeared out of the door, never to be seen again. In the coming days, the grand larcenies that had been plaguing the city stopped. Carl was credited with exposing Rachel's crime spree. Rachel's crime spree. But nobody remembered in a couple of weeks. A month later, in the European city that Rachel had planned a vacation to, crime rates skyrocketed. Hey, I think I got another. Was that another one? I'm not actually sure. It may have been. I don't know. What was it? Oh god, I'm nearly done. Holy shit. I have not got many left at all. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4 more left. That's not bad at all. Not bad at all. For now, I'm going to end this episode, I believe, and we'll do the last 4 in the next one. This is going to take me a little while to figure it out. It's going to take quite a while to figure it out, because I'm running out of options, and it's really difficult, because, like, some of these are quite easy, like, you know, Good interview. Don't eat. Don't wear clothes. La-di-da-di-da. I think something is probably going to have to be done with the sewing machine. Personally, that seems like it's one that's going to be quite obvious. I've got to figure out how the time machine works. I assume that there's something to do with time travel and how that works. I don't know. Other than that, I am very stumped. So it's going to take me a little while to figure it out, but hopefully we'll figure it out in the next episode. Thank you for watching so far. I hope you have enjoyed. If you did, please do let me know, and I shall see you next time.